This is Debbie Duncan from Psychic Fixes. And hi, how is everyone's Thursday? Hi, Yasmina. I saw you were here early. We can see that, by the way. So if you guys do comments or anything, we can see it. Maddie should be here shortly. I went ahead and messaged him and said, "Hey, I'm going to go on right away." So anyway, how is everyone? Yes, happy Thursday to you also. We're going to go over the rules and get going on some readings. You know what, Yasmina, or Cherry Blossom, I see you say, how are you? I'm good, but I want to ask you guys, I had so many people getting a hold of me and saying that like the energy was weird the end of last week into this week, and how things were going wrong for them and all of that. And it happened to me also, but I nipped it in the bud and said, okay, this is going to stop, and started manifesting, and then everything went right. Did you guys have any like wonky energy the end of last week? It was crazy. You were out of it? Oh. I just had like I decided that there'd be two things that I've been putting off to get done, and it meant being on a phone waiting for a real person, things like that. And so I said I'm going to get it done. And I didn't get any of it done. I couldn't get a real person. I ended up sending emails, and I was like, I couldn't get those two things done. And so now it still stretches out, to another week. But I mean, really, it's been like a year. I need to get two things done. I didn't do it. A roller coaster for you, Yasmina, and Marianne, a little. Cherry Blossom said yes. And yeah, it was just very strange because I manifest all the time. Everything goes smoothly and easily and all of that. And then dang it, if I go, okay, everything's going so good, I'm gonna start in doing stuff, and it was like, no. ah. Okay, quickly before we go over the rules, my new show will start the end of next month, and I will be I have a business now with my close friend, and so we are almost done. What you can't see, I made myself into a cubicle here, and the other side, I have a very big, good size room here, is it's like a spa. It has a futon and new furniture, and very much, everything's white and stones, and we have wood and air, and red for fire and all that stuff. So we're going to be really having fun. We are going to do readings, but we're going to teach you stuff. My friend knows about Chinese astrology. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know it's going to be really great. And so I'm so excited. I'll start, letting everybody know when it's going to start. And it's called Our Joyous Pathways. And so we want to just make sure, everything's crazy. And my friend is international. She's flying everywhere. She's gone everywhere, traveled everywhere. And it's everywhere in the world. The stress is so high. The wars, the injustices, and just day to day trying to, pay bills or get food or take care of kids or whatever it is. And we said, we can do this. And I really talked to God, and I put it out there. If you want me to do this, you need to bring somebody in. So Kim Een brought me into a wellness thing so I can experience that, because I'm very paranormal. I mean, I'm talking to ghosts and, spirits and all kinds of stuff all day. And the angelics, of course. And so then I put it out to God, and all of a sudden my girlfriend goes, hey, let's do this. Let's teach people coping things, how to manifest, how to relax and get through these times. So we're really excited to do that. It's going to be great. We're planning on retreats. And so we may have them out of state and also in California. So I hope you guys can come because we want to take care of you. And when you are watching us on the show, we're going to be taking care of you. And when you are with us, you will have organic food and you will be taken care of, just pampered, and learn some strategies to just kind of let things go. That's hard for me. I'm a control freak. Did you guys know that? Like the freakiest freak. I'm on it, micromanaging. That will get you in the end, I think. So anyway, I will get more information on that later. Plus, I'm starting to write. I'm all set up over here. You can see part of my chalkboard. It's full of to-dos and ideas. So I can't wait to get back to that. Hi, Toy. Is it Toya? Toya, you can post a question, but you can have a general. I can do 3 months or the month or whatever you guys want. Let's go over the rules. Must be 18 or older to receive a reading. No legal questions, no health, including pregnancy. No proper names in your request. Matty and I won't put them up. Okay, we don't want to, shine a light on anybody. So if you are going to write about someone, you could say the person I'm thinking of, a co-worker, family, a love interest, a person of interest, something like that. Okay. Please share the show. That would be great. Let's get some people in here. And also like this broadcast. One person did like the broadcast, share the show, and get some people in here to get some readings, because in a couple minutes I'm going to start, and I'm pretty fast. Let's see. Tips are appreciated, but they do not guarantee a reading, and so these are free readings. Matty and I have this thing, and I have it for everyone that works on Psychic Fixes. It's a free reading. And because that shouldn't be a barrier. Money should not be a barrier to get a really good reading and get some advice. Okay. We believe in that. But if you want to send David Starlight on Tuesdays Pacific time, if you want to send him a cup of tea, like, $4 to Australia, you can do that. Or for Matty and I. But it's a free reading. Okay. Don't feel obligated at all. But if you do, donate, that's yay, that's nice. But we randomly select. We just grab. Okay, so repost. If we don't get to you, repost. Okay, subscribe to Matty Tarot on YouTube, Matty. It's down there scrolling. Also, Psychic Fixes on YouTube, or if you're on Facebook, please subscribe or follow Psychic Fixes there. Okay, that's the big thing. Done with that. All right, you guys, I'm going to start looking. Let me write my thing down. I can look at, it's still, it's the end of March, isn't it? So I can do April, May, and June. Okay. And I might catch a little bit of the very end of this month. Okay. So 3-month reading, I can do general reading, question, whatever. Go ahead and start posting. And I'm going to select someone right now. Maddie's going to come in. I'll finish doing whatever I'm doing, a reading, and he'll come in, and then we'll start going back and forth doing readings. Okay. Okay. Right now I see, and Dorella, you have to take the person's name out of your request. Please, if you think it's a love interest, just put, will my love interest, reach out to me, okay? No proper names, please. We don't shine a light on anybody, especially if we get some cards saying, kick them to the curb and don't do it. No, we don't want to do that. All right. Okay, I just saw Cherry Blossom. Okay, now, since it's just me, please go ahead and post your questions, repost your questions, okay? So I don't have to go backwards. I can do that when Maddie's on with me, but right now I'm by myself. Okay, what I'm going to do. Hi, Jody. How are you? You're a psychic medium. I want to talk to you sometime. That'd be great to get acquainted. Okay, so right now, Cherry Blossom, I'm going to do, the last few days of March, April, and May, and June for you, okay? Let me get your energy. I know you know how this goes. Okay, I have your energy in the cards. And I take 10 cards, you guys. First 4 cards will be a little bit about you, energy crossing over you, a little peek at the future, and a little peek of the past. You guys remember two shows ago, I started screaming at this person and saying, "Did you just quit your job?" Good for you. I get you. You quit your job. And then later she wrote that she had just quit her job. So anyway, we'll see. Validation, validation, validation. Okay, I'm going to take those cards for you right now. And I will be right with you. And if somebody comes in and I can't answer their question, like they're asking how to do a reading, could someone go ahead and let them know? You guys are so good of saying hi to each other and helping out. And I appreciate that so much. I don't have a moderator, or I produce David Starlight. So I'm there in the background, All right, here we go. Okay. Let me grab one more card here. Do you have a Cherry Blossom? Do you have a lucky talisman? Because I feel like you better get one. I hate to say that, but I tell you guys what I see. All right. What I do get for you, Cherry, is the card of working well with people. This represents you, and I love that so much. Crossing you in temporary energy is the death card, and I'm not looking at homicides or missing people or anything like that. So it's a really good card of transformation and wanting a big change to come. So I feel like you're manifesting that in. And I think that's a really great thing to do. Manifest a big difference in your life. In the future, I get you sitting on the money. Maybe you can't spend it or you're saving it. That's okay. Hold on to your money. Watch your money. In the past, it shows me a King of Swords. King of Swords is very Libra-like. Oh, strong personality, smart. Sometimes it's his way or the highway. Strong opinions and personality. Very capable and compassionate, though. So anyway, it shows me in priority in your life this strong male. All right, or he was. Let me tell you about April. In April, I do have negative energy here that starts in the first 2 weeks, followed by a good card. So what I want you to do when I see this card of negative energy is to work with it right now and say, do affirmations, talk to your guides, and also archangels if you deal with them, because you need to blow this energy away because it's very negative. Okay. I don't see anything bad happening right there because we go into mid to end of April of finding out money's going to come in on a regular basis with the potential to grow. So this is a good thing. And I can see what it's about, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. Now, May is a big waste of time. May is a big waste of time, Cherry. You need to start now for not only the first part of April, but all of May. I feel like I'm sad over experiencing some kind of a loss. And I get, oh, this came out of nowhere, didn't expect it. We have the Tower card. So we have a really hard time here. I'm going to take 3 cards and I'm going to ask them what's going on. What's our hint for what's happening here? Okay. It does show me this. When we experience a loss and it comes out of the blue, they're showing me that you expected success, and I feel like we have a love or romance issue here, And there's just a lot. Like, this is too much to do, too much to hold on to, too much to shoulder. So we have some stuff going on here. This is my prescription for you for this is to work with archangels and Archangel Michael, very strong, because there are two really strong cards here that are more than negative. So you want to make sure that you are everything goes smoothly and easily for me. If you guys saw the movie The Secret, show your hand. It's a little bit over dramatic, but one of the phrases, the affirmations they said was everything goes smoothly and easily for me. Everything goes smoothly and easily for me. I also want you to talk to them about making sure that they clear your path and they just let everything go. It goes great for you. Ask them for the gift of clarity. You can go to God or your higher power and you just go, God, I'm ready. I want the gift of clarity because I don't want these things to come out of nowhere and they cause a crisis. We don't want that. So we want to get rid of this. Okay. So that's what I need you to do. I need you to start with all that. Are you into crystals? Put in some protections. You know what, Cherry? If you want, you can email me at psychicfixes@gmail.com and I'll give you my book I wrote on protection and I'll just send you the digital copy. Okay. You can put a lot of protections in. That's mostly Wiccan stuff, but whatever resonates with you and feels right. But do work with the big guns, the archangels, and say, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go through that. Let's make May be, prosperous and happy and easy because right now we have some stuff coming in. When I get to June, I get a very money-minded male here, and I do feel like we're connected to maybe your own business. I get success and entrepreneurial effort here. So when we knew that money's going to come in on a regular basis with potential to grow, I want to connect it to June when this person steps in and we're like being our own boss. I get a lot of success. Go on that path. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. And start now. So crystals, obsidian, black tourmaline are good for protection. But get my book. I give it to anybody that wants it. The manifesting book. Just psychicfixes@gmail. I'll send you a copy digitally. Anybody. And that'll show you and tell you about the crystals that you can put out. But you really want things to clear your path as fluorite, by the way. And you guys, when you get a crystal, do you just go, oh, it's so pretty, and you set it down? Let's clear that crystal any way that you usually do, but just a white light, clear it. Then you're going to program it. You're going to set the intention, tell it what it's going to do. Why is it there? And then put it out. Okay. And that's what I have for you, Cherry. Thank you for being here as always. Love that. Oh, you bought my book. Yes, it's been out for years and I'm still selling my books, which is really great. Okay. I'm going to grab somebody else. And you guys, please repost. And, Starry, could you redo your question and take the name out and just say a love interest or person of interest and redo it so we don't put up on the screen a proper name. Okay, Amantha, hi, how are you? Okay, here we go. Amantha, general reading. Okay. Let's see what I can get. Okay, I just like connect to make sure I'm connected to you. And now I'm going to just put the cards down. Oh, you're welcome, Cherry. Okay, Samantha. So you guys, David Starlight will be on Tuesday, and then he is off to see, he'll tell you about it, but he's going to be going way far away. He's going to be traveling, and he has a speaking engagement. So do connect with David Starlight's show on Tuesdays. All right, I'm going to flip the cards over. That takes the longest, getting those cards. Here we go. Okay, I see what's going on here. The first card that represents you really is a card of I'm ready to go on a new path. I've got a positive attitude and I'm just going to go on this path. Let your intuition guide you. We want to make sure that you're going on the right path. So you always stay connected to your guides and things like that. All right. You have the Ace of Cups crossing you in temporary energy, Amantha. Sometimes that can be open heart, blessings, and joy. I'm ready for love to come in and all these wonderful things. Sometimes it's a fertility card, by the way, just FYI. In the future, I get way too much worry coming in. Bring it down. Just way too much worry. Bring it down. I think you've had a rough stuff happening recently. It's showing me some negative energy, negative card here in the past. Keep it in the past. For a general reading, it shows me a new beginning for you and wanting some good news coming in. So I'm so glad that we're breaking away from the past, going to the future with good news. We have good news about money. So you have two money cards here. One that you find out that money will be coming in and it will get bigger, and that's great. They do show me a little bit about feeling alone and unsupported. So talk to your guides, talk to whoever you do work with on the other side and say, I need to have whatever it is that makes me feel secure and grounded and not alone. Okay. Ask for that to come in. They do show me good news and money comes, which is really, really great. Now I want you to be a little careful when things happen. You need to have a little self-control, and that'll be coming up. Don't jump at anything. You know how somebody, like, honest to goodness, if somebody put something shiny out, I'd be going for it. Okay. That's not the way to do it. But the fact is, it shows me don't rush into anything. Make sure that you know what you want before you grab it. Okay. That means signing contracts or going into business or anything like that. Just be a little careful and not going, yeah, no. A little think about it. Okay. I do get you working well with people, though. That is like the ultimate outcome card here, is to working well with someone or a group of people, I think. So that's what I have for you, Amantha. Thanks for coming in. And please, you guys, thumbs up the broadcast so that we can go places. Let's see. I am going to grab somebody else. Okay, next one I see really fast is Summer. Hi, Summer. How are you? I can't look at you guys' comments because Maddie's not here. I usually get to glance, and I can't at all. So just keep reposting, okay? Summer, let me get your, you want a general reading, Summer. Okay. Okay, I've got your energy in the cards. You guys, please share the show. My requests aren't too bad for you guys get free reading. We're glad to do it. We're glad to do it. I hope Maddie steps in here soon. All right, Summer, let's see what's going on for a general reading for you. Do we have readers here? Let me know. Do you guys read? Who do you work with, if I may ask? I'm always putting energy into my cards. Kim Ean came over the other day because I'm showing her how to set up her cameras and stuff like that for a show. And she saw she goes, is that a new big deck? So you guys know how big a tarot deck is. Well, when you use one a lot, it gets fluffy. It gets big. And I just love this one. this deck so much. But I have lots of decks. You guys have lots of decks. Okay, here we go. All right. All right. Okay. Summer, you're the best card that comes down for you. The world card, like third from the top for me. I love it. So it just means that you're going after your desires and going to go after your goals. You're all about making a change for the better in your home, your career. Maybe you want to see the world. I love it. So this is a wonderful card. That's what's going on. That's what you want. You also have the entrepreneurial card crossing you in temporary energy. So I don't know if you're thinking about doing your own thing, a side thing, or your own business. I get success in that for you. But right now, it can be something coming in or what's happening with you right now. In the future, you also have the Knight of Swords and making sure that you're careful with contracts and legal paper, because I do have a Justice card here as well. So in the future, just before you do anything, especially if it's your own business or something, go get your list and go through everything. Make sure that everything is the way you want it to be, okay? Now, in the past, I do have a money-minded male. Sometimes they own a business or they can give good financial advice. So they're showing me this person in the past position. Now, the thing that gets me is we have a justice card. Usually the justice card for me means, yes, you made the right decision. But I want to go, I go with my gut, and you may have some legal stuff coming in. And so you need to be very careful with that, be it the taxes or be it some kind of legal paperwork or something. So just make sure that I think it's going to be okay, but just make sure that you do everything right. Okay. I also feel like you're going to feel very stuck, and that's a waste of time. So we have the big stuck card of like, well, I can't do anything about it, or this, that, or the other. Yes, you can. When anybody feels like, oh man, I can't and nothing, and I'm super stuck, I don't know what to do, there's always something you can do. And that's when you start manifesting and you start communicating with the other side. Okay. And I communicate throughout the day with my guides, and I have a list, and God and Jesus and all of that. And I will instantly, if I need a healing, I will within a minute start, the healing will come in. So start, you guys, connecting with the other side. So anyway, you're never stuck. Always say, Archangel Michael, clear my path. Put some fluorite out. That's out to clear my path, because it's a waste of time to not be able to do something. I want to tell you, I'll get you a wish come true for you, Summer. Something you really, really want. Oh, you guys know the Berenstein's bears the gimmies. gimme. I get that through manifesting, you're going to get a wish come true. I do get someone here, it can be you or someone else, that comes in priority. Also, a good mom energy here, or would be a good mom. I feel like there's a very creative and very nurturing, loving female. And I do feel like this person is psychic, by the way. So this could be you or someone else. It's an excellent card. I get a wonderful celebration, like a party's coming. A really good reason to celebrate. This also, if I'm doing a romantic look at a reading, and I get this, and I've got a committed couple I'm doing a reading for or something. This is the engagement card. It's so great. I get a party coming and a celebration for you. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So enjoy that. That's what I have for you, Summer. Thank you so much for coming in. And you guys, please do a thumbs up. You know how you can look at the bottom of your thing and it has different, give it that like. Give it only one person did a like. Okay. All right. Toya. Okay, I see you. How are you? General reading. Be happy to do that. Let me get my cards. I got to get a sip. You guys, we used to tell what we were drinking on Fridays. I'm just got, my family would not be happy knowing I'm drinking this brown stuff. But I kind of hooked on it. Okay, Toya. All right, I'm going to just get a little energy here. All right, I love your name. It's so cute. Am I saying it right, Toya? It's cute. All right, a general reading. Okay. You guys that are readers, do you like do your cards until they feel just right and then you take them? And I see somebody. One more card here. All right, I'm doing a general for Toya. Hi, Maddie. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi. Oh, thanks for changing the color. I think you did.
Oh, kind of, almost.
Toya, do you want to go on vacation and travel? I'm going to ask that. It's like I'm ready to get going on something. I want a venture, or I want to do something, get going on it. I love that. Oh, we have some changes coming up. Crossing you in temporary energy is thinking about your future, by the way. And you're saying, yeah, it's like the first card down is my adventure. Let's go. All right. So thinking about your future is the energy crossing you. That's great. Manifest for it. So Toya, I don't know if this is you or someone that comes in to show you how to do something, but I have the mentor teacher card in the future. So if you feel like that you can show somebody how to do something, teach them something, this comes in the future and this is a great thing. This is a wonderful skill. If not, somebody comes in and does that for you. So it's really great. I feel like in the past you might have felt like I got left out of the money, or I should be making more money, or I got left out of some money. Yeah, don't worry about it. You have a good money card coming in. I'm going to tell you in this general that you are multi-skilled, Toya. So Maddie's going to miss the sticker moment, but I'm going to put a sticker right there on your forehead, and it just it's a wonderful. He always teases me about that. So I feel like you're multi-skilled. You can do anything. So we have this capable sticker right there. I'm not worried about anybody, Toya, that has this card. I go, you can do anything you want. You're capable. You're multi-skilled, not worried about you. I get you really working well with people. So I like that as well. So you have this old card saying some money's coming. Good news of money. Now let's talk about the house. Are you usually when I get this card, we're remodeling or we are fixing it up, we're making it more comfortable, getting a new house, we're doing something like that. Sometimes we're bringing in a female presence that makes it even better. So we do have this change coming. If not now, it's coming in your home, and I love that a lot. You have two men that are going to come in priority in your life here. And so we have one, sometimes it can be somebody that we know, but we have one that is a money-minded person. I feel like that's a very strong thing for this one. And the other one is, oh gosh, I don't know why I hear know-it-all, but sorry about that. But I do get a very Libra-like, caring and compassionate male, but one that's no nonsense and very much a leader. This guy's the leader of the pack for sure. So they're showing me these two people that come in priority in the future for you. So pretty good, multi-skilled, capable, works well with people, good news of money, a change for the better in your home, and two people that come in that are going to be important in your life. And that's what I have for you, Toya. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it. Okay, Maddie, hi.
Lovely, Debbie.
Thank you.
Hi.
Oh, look at your shirt.
Oh.
Okay.
I love the little cow on it.
Yeah, that's cute. I could have, yeah, I know some people that would love just those words on, you know. Yes to the house. Thank you, Toya. Best of luck with that. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I've chosen Dorella.
Oh, yay! Good.
Will
I'm
my
going
love
to choose
interest-
somebody and then I'm going to post it in the comments. So I'm going to turn off my mic right now.
Okay. So Dorella asks, when will my love interest / person on my mind be reaching out to me? He's a Cancer. Okay, let's see. Well, the first card that comes out is the 5 of Swords. So there was some sort of conflict, some sort of disagreement. Maybe you guys are in no contact right now. I don't know about that, but definitely some resentment was built or building. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so there was some sort of conflict that happened here. You felt like there was an injustice that was done. You felt like something was unfair. This is definitely an issue of you needing to, how do I say? There's a collaboration that needs to happen between the two of you. There's something that you're not seeing eye to eye on, and instead of, when I say fighting to be right, a lot of people, they hear that and they're like, well, I'm not fighting to be right. I'm fighting. But you have to look at it this way. People have different perspectives, right? And if you are unwilling to see, even if something makes you upset, if you are unwilling to hear the other person out and see their perspective, then you are essentially saying that that person is wrong and you are right. Correct? So if you are fighting to be right, the only way you can be right is for the other person to be wrong. And that doesn't work when trying to resolve conflict. Now, accountability is important. And if somebody is not accountable for their actions and they don't have any care in how that impacts you, like their behavior impacts you, then this won't work. So, because essentially, so if someone takes accountability and they also care about how their behavior impacts you, they're going to care if what they did hurt your feelings, and or what they said hurt your feelings, and they're going to take accountability for that, and they're going to make steps to improve that. So you don't need to be right, or they naturally, in that process, they admit, like, hey, I shouldn't have done that. So they're admitting they're wrong, right? But if you're with somebody and dealing with somebody that doesn't do those things, they don't take accountability, they don't care about how their behaviors impact you. Well, then you're fighting to be right against somebody who essentially doesn't care. So it doesn't work. So I see what happened here is that you both were fighting to be right and not hearing one another, and everything that happened on each end just triggered the other person into a further defensive response. um I don't see a timeline, but I do see you guys discuss doing something that brings it back together. Hold on, let me pull a few more cards. It's not going to be for a while. I don't have a timeline for you, but I do have here that there's some time that is needed to get clear minded, to get kind of clear, kind of process what happened. I do see that there's some sort of effort to um, work together again and come back together through things, but it's after you do some healing and address some of your inner most triggers or traumas, the things that kind of fueled the fire, if you will. Um, there's a healing journey here that you got to learn how to live without this person before you could ever live with them in your life, that is. So, and that's the issue. Sometimes the universe does that. Sometimes it says, you know, this is not sustainable the way you're leaning on this person for so much. Not that you're like asking, how do I say? Not that you're leaning on them for so much, but like emotionally, like you're dependent upon them for to be happy, right? Sometimes the universe goes, "Hey, that's not that you can't do that," and it will remove this person from your life, and that is because you have to learn how to make it on your own, right? You have to learn uh, how do you say, garner a sense of happiness and peace and serenity from within. I do see after a healing journey, after some sort of healing that happens over, again, I don't have a timeline here, but I do see a resurgence and a rekindling in a reunion. And that is marked by the Six of Cups here. So at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming, that's what I always, I flip the deck at the end and I say I call it what you don't see coming. The Six of Cups is there, which is a coming back together with a person from the past, right? So there's the pain that has to be addressed and healed, Queen of Cups. And once that's done, that is when this comes back. So essentially, you got to do it for the right reasons. Don't do it for them. Do it for you. And it is what it is right now. It's just not the right time. And you need to, instead of sitting around and waiting for somebody to choose you or to turn around and, you know, do what you want them to do, take care of yourself and do what you need to do in order to keep moving forward, because the only time is now. That's all you get. You know, tomorrow never comes. Once it's tomorrow, it's now again. Yesterday, it was now. Right now is right now. So how much more time are you going to let pass by before you start looking and saying, "Oh my gosh, I've wasted all this time waiting for something that's not coming because I'm not doing the inner work." I know that's harsh, but you know, it's the reality of things, and I'm here to help, and that is truly what you need to do at this time. You need to cut the ties, let go, move forward, and heal um, from within. You don't need closure from a person. Closure doesn't come from another person. It comes from within. And when I first heard that, I hated it. I was like, no, but it's true. The the only I mean, you could maybe hear something from somebody that might give you some sort of false sense of closure, but again, it's not real because you're leaning on another person to stabilize your own emotional turmoil. And whenever we do that, it is unstable. It is not something that lasts, and ultimately it will crumble. So you have to heal the foundation, and that starts with you. um, But yeah, I mean, I do see you guys coming back together in the future. I don't know how long though. But it's not going to be anytime soon. But that's all I have for you. I hope it helps.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
I just asked everybody to repost their questions except for Jessie. I'm going to do her right now. I'm going to go. I did sneak out and say that she's got some good cards here. I love that. Here we go. Hey, Jessie, how's it going? I'm happy to give you these cards. The card that represents you is one of like, I'm waiting on, to find out what's going to happen. I'm waiting to see what's happening. Okay. So sometimes what's going to happen in the world or in your world, we're waiting on something here. And that's fine. It's just showing me that. I do get this energy of fond memories from the past. So I don't know if you're going to, or right now that you're thinking of things from the past and happy times and things like that. Sometimes it means we're marking a date. It's not in your reading, but it's this energy crossing over you. So at some point, I think we're going to be reflecting on the past and some good things. In the future for you, I do get you not quite trusting what's ahead. So let me just tell you this. If you know how to manifest, Jessie, you can manifest your life and you manifest the reality that you want. And once you're doing that, you don't have to go, I don't trust what's ahead. You already know you're manifesting it into reality. Okay. So in the past, you may have felt like you should have more money, should be making more money, or should have gotten more money. That's in the past. Because I see something really great for you at the end of your reading. So good. So they're showing me that you are also multi-skilled. I feel like you could do anything, super capable. There goes your sticker moment, your sticker right on your forehead. I'm not worried about people that possess all these great skills. I love that a lot. Can I also say, because it pops in my head, common sense? And I never say that because this one is multi-skilled. It can do anything. You're great. It popped in my head for that. Okay. So I do get that. Common sense for you. It shows me there's good news ahead and you will receive your reward. Whatever you put out there is going to come in. There's something great, a reward coming in for you. And I love that. I do get the Queen of Cups. This could be you or someone else. So we have a loving energy here. Sometimes it's a mother type of card. Also, it is someone who is psychic, someone who is creative and nurturing. So when I have people come into my home and I do a reading for them, I'll say, are you in the medical field? That nurturing or that mother type of energy. I can take care of whatever it is or whoever it is. We also have this creative card of sometimes that people are, talented in something, or they can create in many different ways. And we also have like mother's intuition here. So I do have this great card. This could be you or somebody that comes in priority in your life. I want to tell you these great cards that I have for you. So not only do I have this success, and I don't know if you do a side business or you're going to or something. I feel like there's success in that for you. Not only that, I feel like there's an investment there for you. And so it shows me this entrepreneurial effort. And then it shows me that money will slowly grow. It's a slow growing investment that will take care of all your needs and wants someday. So if you're thinking about doing something on the side or having your own business or whatever, when it comes in, go for it, because this is good money. Like I say, slow growing, but eventually will take care of all your needs and wants. So you really, really, good news and money. That's true. Good news and money ahead for you. That's what I have for you, Jessie. Thank you for coming in. There we go.
That was lovely, Debbie.
Thank you.
All right, I've chosen Just Me. What are her current feelings and thoughts about me?
I'll select someone and I'll put their name in the comments. And you guys ahead pretty soon, if you didn't get a reading, we're going to do yes, no questions. really fast. Yes, no. And so this is a good time to bring in your family or friends, girlfriends, whoever, and tell them, hey, you have a good chance of getting a yes, no question in a few minutes. So go get a hold of those people and bring them in. And I'm going to select someone for another reading.
So, just me. So I'm going to do, I created like a few spreads of my own, like made them up. And one of my favorites, actually probably my favorite, is the one I'm about to do right now. And it's what, it's a regular, it's first one is like a pyramid or a triangle. So card one, and then 2 cards, and then 3 more. And then the opposite way next to it. So 1 at the bottom, 2 on top, and then 3 on the top of that. So an inverted triangle. And it is what your perception, what you think they're thinking versus what's actually happening and what they're actually thinking. And I'm going to use that spread right now for this question. And the first triangle, the what you think and your perception, is to kind of show you that that it's for it to resonate with you and you to see the validity of it. And then we go from there, what they're actually thinking. Okay. So we're going to start with your perception, what you're thinking, how you see it. Seven of Wands, the Fool, the King of Swords, the Moon, Wheel of Fortune, one more, and the Nine of Wands. You how you view it or how you see it. Somebody's got a wall up. There's like defense, or there's some sort of like keeping distance, or just like not letting that wall down. You think maybe this person's moved on, or they just don't know. If it's not somebody you've already been close with, then you think they just don't really pay much attention or notice you. And you really rack your mind with this. You think about it a lot. It evokes quite a lot of emotion out of you. You think that by some chance of like luck or fate that something will transpire, and you have a equal balance, maybe the fear is a little bit more, but of hope and fear, of like hopeful about it, but a lot of doubt surrounding, but you're still trying. So that's and I just want to actually say good job at the on this, because a lot of times what comes out in this first triangle is a lot of a lot of like assumption, and yours is actually more it's more toward like you, instead of like assuming things about this person. So that's commendable. So let's see what's actually going on with them. Okay, here we go. Knight of Pentacles, Death. Death is not a bad thing. It doesn't mean death. 8 of Swords. Five of Cups. The Queen of Swords. and the King of Wands. What you don't see coming out the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands. What she's actually thinking, or how she sees the situation. She's very wary, slow, like slow moving. There's a song actually that comes to mind. It's called Sway by Jordana. Look it up. Jordana, Sway. That is what is coming into my head right now. It's like the song is essentially saying like, I swear, like it's about a person who they want the other person, but something has happened where it's not the same anymore. There's a lot of emotion or pain, and they're moving, they sway because they're unsure, and so it's like I sway closer, but never really quite there. It's to show somebody on the fence and unsure about something. So you can, maybe that song will resonate with you, but I see that she's trying to make like some sort of transformation transition, but she's feeling really mentally stuck. She's hurt over what happened. So this tells me that you guys were involved prior, I believe. There's some sort of grieving that's happening, but I think she's putting her foot down about something. I don't know what happened between you two, but she's wondering, this is a thought, if it's worth it and if she could do better. And I don't mean to say that like to make you feel less than or anything, but what I mean is something happened that makes her wonder if it's a good idea to continue. Oh, you said you got in an argument. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, she's contemplating if she's hurt over it, and she's contemplating, she's stuck in the head. And I can just say this. So minus the reading right now, I'll just say this. I don't know what the argument was about, but if you want to try and resolve things, you have to hear each other, right? And I was just telling this to the last person. You can't fight to be right. You have to hear the other person out. You have to provide some sort of understanding. So a great way to do that is to repeat back to them what you heard and then clarify. So I understand what I hear you saying is XYZ, sum up what they said. And then am I understanding that correctly? And then that really makes a person feel heard. And then also another thing is, while the other person's talking, don't be thinking about what you're going to say, because if you're doing that, you're really not hearing them. And hold back the urge to interrupt and to defend, even if something is offensive. Because it's not as easy, but it's so much more productive to hear something. If you don't agree with it, let the other person finish, and then to simply say, well, I see things a little differently, and I would like to, and then anything that you also don't make assumptions. So if there's something that's said and you're kind of like, okay, that kind of hurt, say, what did you mean by when you said da 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 da? And let the other person explain, because a lot of times our perspective clouds things for us. Somebody could say something and we think they're being, malicious, and that they meant this. And obviously if they're saying that, then that means this and da, da. But all of that is our own thinking about something, and other people don't have the same experiences as us. So they may not make those same connections. And if you just start going off and replying based on what you thought, well, that's the other person could have not even meant that. And then now there's an argument happening over something that's not even really happening. Does that make sense? So a lot of the times people argue over things that aren't truly happening because they didn't take the time to clarify and they just made assumptions. So a great way to kind of back that up is to say, when you said XYZ, what did you mean by that? Could you explain that to me more? And then let them explain more, because then it could be like, oh, okay, I thought you meant ABC, which was was pretty offensive, and so I'm glad we clarified. So that's a great tactic to get on the same page, to also, so just don't make assumptions, clarify meaning, hear each other, don't interrupt, don't repeat back to each other what the other one is saying, and also don't try to do it all at once. If it's more than one conversation that's needed, that's okay. Ultimately, though, I'm going to say this: I don't see you willing to do the work, the emotional work, and it's not because you're unwilling, or you're how do I say? It's not because you're lazy or don't want to do it. It's because this other person, I think, is kind of stuck, and I don't think that they are doing the work inside, the inner work, to be able to be a viable partner, because they're going to hold things over your head. They're going to not let it go. They're going to say they forgive, but then they're going to keep it in their back pocket. And the second that something happens or you slip up, they're going to pull that out and weaponize it against you. And so they didn't actually forgive. They just held it to, use in the future. And that type of person usually does things to get other people to prove to them that they're valuable, because they don't think they're valuable. So they have low self-esteem, and then they end up acting in ways that are really disingenuous and really kind of unfair to others, because they are forcing other people to do the most and all this extra stuff to prove their own worth back to them. And if somebody doesn't do it, well, then they didn't care and they never left them, and yada 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 yada. That's not healthy, and it's not that's a victim. So I don't see you willing to do the work, because you get to a point where you're like, and I'm just going to be crass here, just you'll be like, F this. Like, it's not, and it's not you, because I see you showing up genuine, but then I see this like very long drawn out. And I'm not bashing this other person either, but I am saying that they are mentally stuck, and has to do with like inner, like past childhood trauma, like certain triggers, certain things, certain ways of thinking, limiting beliefs about themselves. They don't have the best self-esteem, and that's really going to be a factor in, because because again, there's going to be a lot of blame shifting when the person should have taken accountability for things, and maybe not jumped to so many conclusions. So I do see you hitting a wall with this. That's not to say you can continue if you want, but yeah, I see the other person kind of having, it's a big roadblock. And that's part of the reason you notice that she's got her defense up, because she definitely does. She thinks she has to, for some reason. So the best you can do is to, if you are sorry, to say you're sorry and leave the door open, or leave the light on. What's that song? That's a song I love too. I forget who it's by, but it's like, I'll leave the light on if you leave the light on. Maggie Rogers or something like that. Anyway, it was like really popular a few years back. It was on the radio, but that's a good song. And that's the best you can do. Apologize, be sincere about it. Say, I'm here to talk if whenever you're ready, and then give them their space, and just say, and kind of just like leave the light on for them, leave the door open for them. If you truly care about somebody and you are sorry and you hurt them, that's the best you can do. And let them come to you. Okay. I pulled two crystal cards to close your reading out: Sunstone and Jasper. Sunstone. Oh, hold on. Sunstone and Jasper. So, Sunstone, this stone will give you light in times of darkness and help lead you to a better emotional state. You can feel its healing power warming your spiritual self, just like the sun in the sky. The Sunstone can energize your immune system, kickstarting natural healing. And Jasper, stress is part of life. Sometimes it seems like the stress is unbearable. That's where this beautiful stone comes in. Place this under your pillow at night and peaceful, calming dreams will come. It brings inner strength, balance, and courage. This is just essentially saying you gotta, yeah, let the healing happen naturally. You can't force anybody. Leave the light on, say what you need to say, and then just leave it be. And it takes a lot of strength, balance, and courage to do that. But if you can do it, that's your best chance at getting coming out stronger with it in regard to this, and having that person, come back and kind of address things and move forward with you. Okay, that's your best chance. That's all I have for you. I hope it helped.
That was great. Okay, buddy, I've got some cards for you. Now, everybody that has a yes, no question, post it now. We'll do that after Buddy. Buddy, I do want to tell you that the first card that comes down is more of a feminine energy and someone that is ambitious, wants to be at the top of their game. Sometimes they know about business. So I don't know if somebody's coming in to give you advice or if you connect to that energy in some way. Crossing you in temporary energy is just the thought of whatever your work is. No bells and whistles, but the energy crossing is just about your work. Now, in the future, I get a healing card for you, like going on a healing journey or actually a short trip. Past position is super important, buddy. Super. This card that I have, the Three of Cups, when it comes first or fourth, means something really important, and you got it. And it is my card of talent. And a lot of times when I get this, I'm talking to a famous person, somebody that is accomplished and things like that. But it shows me that there's something that you do that gives you a lot of emotional joy and success. So this is what I have for you. It's in the past position right now. So I feel like you've always had whatever this talent is. Let's talk about money, because money comes in a couple times here. It does show me that you're going to find out it comes in on a regular basis with the potential to grow. So that's good. We do have a queen here, a queen of cups. So this can be somebody that comes on your path and very compassionate, loving, nurturing person, very creative. Also, this is that card of good intuition. So this person lies in your path and a new beginning. So I want to tell you, when we decide it's the day that we're going to have a new beginning and we're just going to take off and everything, don't always look up, look where you're going. And you need to talk to your guides and say, guide me on my path, okay? So that you stay on the right path. It does show me a little bit about being guarded and watchful, and almost a little bit like, I got nicked once, I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen again. I don't see any reason you have to have your guard up, but it's okay. It's okay to have that. And I see it on your path. I get you going along with the flow. Whatever's good for everybody's good for you. But let's talk about the money again. If you're waiting for a certain amount of money, like this is the amount of money I want or expect or want to have, it says there's a wait for it. So when I get this card, it means you need to manifest for what you want in the money to come in now, because they're showing me if there's some money and it's a certain amount or whatever, there's a wait for it to come. So ask for it to come now. All right. If you need any guidance on manifesting, just send me an email at psychicfixes@gmail.com and I'll send you a copy of my manifesting book. It'll be in digital form. All right. That's what I have for you, buddy. Thanks for being here. All right. Do we have some yes, no's?
Let's see. It looks like a few.
Ruby, you were asking, I think, for what should you study?
Ruby said she's got to go.
Okay. She's very intuitive. You should look at everything and see what you like to do and then find out. Hi, Opal.
Sleeping back here.
I thought it was just a blanket. It's Opal. So you find out, you guys, to find out what your gift is, you try these things, see if you're right. You got validation, then go for it. And then things come in as you grow in your abilities or you get older, whatever. You get new gifts that keep on coming and it'll really surprise you. So Ruby, keep at it. Okay. Yes, no questions.
Let's see. So we got one from Carlos. We got one from Marianne.
Carlos, it's yes. You are very, very psychic. And if you dream of somebody, yes. Yep. Yes for you.
You guys put your yes, no questions in. If you didn't get a reading, or even if you did, put a yes, no question in.
Oh, is Opal wearing PJs?
She's got a little sweater on. Opal, come here.
Cute. You guys have any yes, no questions? Otherwise, we'll be signing off in a few minutes. Here now. Yeah. Opal, look at the camera, honey. She does not. I'm shy. Yeah.
She just plopped right back down.
Let's just say it's okay. Auntie Debbie will look at the camera. Auntie Debbie's a ham. So, oh, funny. Okay, I don't see any other. Just Carlos is.
Well, Marianne said yes, no. Is my friend's bird north or south of East Gun Hill Road? Is she near a train?
Let me say if she's near a train. North or south isn't a yes. We have to look at north, look at south. I'm just going to see.
Oh, yeah.
Near a train.
Yeah, we can't answer yes, no if she's north or south.
Yeah.
Because that won't work. I remember you talked about this bird before, Marianne. How long has the bird been missing?
Yeah. I don't get near a train. And I also get the things, don't rush in, don't make assumptions, don't jump at anything when you're doing this, but I just didn't get near a train.
Let me see.
Marianne, can I tell you how I find missing people? Because I found a missing dog. It was different than missing people when I went after the pet, because I connected to what a movie, and I could see where she was. I'm miles and miles and miles from it, and they were going to the wrong place. But I got two people in the lab rescue, because she was a lab, and I got them to get in their vehicle, in their truck, and I guided them to the coast. And I said exactly where she was, what she looked like, and said, you're not going to get her, but this person will know where she is, and these people won't. I told the whole story. It was amazing. And they did get her. But for people, I get a map, and then I get out. You can just make yourself a 3x5 card that says yes and no if you want to do it. And then you just ask the other side, are they in this area? Map out an area on the map and keep following. Keep looking until you get a hit on yes. And then you expand the map, and then you keep asking. And I found, the first time I found a person, I found a man exactly where he was. And I never been there, exactly where he is in the condition I said. So, you can try it that way. Get a map. What does it tell you? Do your divination. Where on that map Okay. And wherever you get a hit, so I use tarot cards. So they tell me the story of what's going on. In the condition, is the person dead or alive? And then I also see the movie of how they died or if they're alive. Okay. So that might help to go ahead and look at a map, get some cards, put a whole bunch of yes, no's, talk to your guides, mix them up, say, are they in this area? Yes or no. Keep
That's
moving
impressive,
till you
Debbie.
get a hit. Okay.
So I just did the pendulum. For if the bird is near a train, it said no. I did. Then I asked my own questions. I said, is the bird in the town that or the city that it was lost in or that its owner resides in? And it swung in like a elliptical like infinity, which means it was like yes and no. And so that made me think, okay, well, maybe the bird goes to and from. So I said, does the bird come back to the town or city that the owner lives in sometimes? And it went yes. And then my next question was, does it stay there consistently? And it said no. So the bird is alive and comes to the town sometimes, but it also goes elsewhere. The card also came out 7 of Cups, which is many, 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 many choices. So this bird is all over the place. This bird goes a lot of places.
I'm hoping the bird does come back. Manifest for it. Right now, I'm not getting a yes on it coming back, but there is a High Priestess card of psychic ability, so do manifest for it back to come back in. But right now, I would say I don't see that happening. But you always have those crazy things after 5 years, the dog shows up, like, where have you been?
You want to hear a crazy story about a dog?
Sure.
So it's so weird. So my friend went out, I think it was Tennessee, she was in Nebraska visiting her aunt and staying there for a few months. And her aunt has a dog, right? And then while she was in this town, she got on like dating profiles or whatever, and she like wanted to like she was like talking to a guy, but this guy he doesn't even like live in the town, but he was out there for an extended period of time because he was doing like a construction project on some new construction model. I'm sorry, new construction home, right? Anyway, her aunt's dog had been missing for like, mind you, she was out there for months. So her aunt's dog had been missing for like, I don't know, like 3 weeks. Um, and so that was a thing. But one night or one evening she went to go meet this guy, and when she met up with him, he had her aunt's dog.
Oh,
And
wow.
he was like, "That's my aunt's dog," and he was like, "Oh, this dog just wandered into the house I was working on one day, like a few days ago, and just stood in the middle of the room and just stayed there
Wow.
and everything." And I was like, and I had the thought in my mind. I was like, "That's so wild." I was like, "I wonder
Yeah.
if the dog, like some sort of like energetic, like knew that." I don't know how it would have worked, but like what are the odds of like the dog of all the places the dog could go, it goes to the one place where the person is talking to my friend who is connected with the owner, her aunt. So I just thought it was so odd. I was like, of all the places the dog could go, it went to the person who's connected in some way. And it made me think about how dogs are just so perceptive and energetically,
That's
inclined.
amazing.
And I just was, yeah, I was like, I can't know for sure if that's what happened, but I do think it's very, very unlikely that it was just random. So
Yeah, a lot of people will pray for their pets to come back. And we have to think, I know there's angels. I know there's an angelic realm and they're amazing. And, in prayers, we can say, please, have them find a way home. And so, I believe that can make that pet make its way back, especially the people that like leave the dog on vacation, in another state. They leave the gas station or something, and the dog makes its way back. I mean, there's miraculous stories, and they are miracles. But I think there's also that a lot of pets just know the way home.
Yeah, but it was that's
Like a
what
beacon.
was so weird though. It wasn't home.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. That
Yeah,
was good.
wild.
Well, it can be that he was knew the chain of things happen. Sometimes are crazy stories that this happened, then this, and you're going like, how? How can that do it? But then again, if they're guided to the right person for a future event, because not only do I think the angels and God and all of that know what's going to happen in the future, because I predict the future, and that, they're trying to help someone, get their pet back. But
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but we should all go for it. And then there's energy, like residual energy too. Let's follow that. But with me, I always just get uh, the animal in front of me, and then I look around them, and then I see their condition and all that. And it same as a little bit different than doing people, you know.
Yeah. Have
But
you seen the movie Strays?
no.
Oh, you should watch it. It's funny.
Oh, okay.
About
I will.
it's like
Writing that down.
it's dogs and they like it's like from their perspective and they can talk and everything. Um, but there's the owner is you know how dogs like love people and like they're obsessed with their owner. It just gives like the dog's perspective, and the owner's like a pos, like a piece of crap,
Oh
and
no.
and he like he's not nice to the dog, and then he decides to get rid of it one day, and he like cusses at the dog. He's like, you stupid, da, 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 and he's screaming at it, and then but it's all from the dog's perspective, and he's just like loves him, and he doesn't know that he's being
Oh.
yelled at like that. It's so funny because I mean, it's not funny that he abandons him. He like tries to drive him somewhere and he leaves him and he drives away. And the dog is just like, oh, this is my favorite game when he does this, and it's like find my way back home, and he's like, this is my favorite game, and
Oh
he like comes, and
no.
he gets all the way back home, and he's like, what are you doing? And everything, and he's like, and he's so happy when I do it right. It's so funny. I'm like, oh, this poor dog. But yeah, it's
No.
really funny.
That's so cute. Okay, well, it's time to go. We don't have any. Hi, Rob. How are you? Blessings to you also.
Well, Marianne said bird's wings clipped. She can't just escape. Oh, so you're saying
Yeah.
somebody took the bird?
Oh.
Well, whoever took it, they take it with them when they're going places. So
You know when we have something here, they're so connected in San Diego to finding lost pets. There's like all these places it goes, especially we do that when there's a child missing or a senior missing or something like that. They have even more connections that people go on a list, and darn it, they find those pets. It's amazing. But it's not that way all the time. So the bird is hopping around.
or somebody took the bird.
Yeah, yeah, that can happen too. Okay, well, it's time to say good night, and we will see you next week.
All
You
right.
guys.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. We're here every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. And is there anything else, Debbie?
Nope, I talked about the new show that I'm developing, and that'll be in next month, at the end of next month. And we're excited about that. So always good. You guys, David, Starlight will be on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on Psychic Fix's YouTube. And also on David Starlight. It's Lyte, by the way. And then he's off I'll let him tell you. He's going to be clear across the world. And he'll be back after that next week. And then he'll tell you all about his adventure. So, okay, you guys, we're going to say goodbye.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Bye, you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.